John and I have been married for 4 years. We were set up by a group of friends who passed my number along to him. Little did I know that he didn't live in Florida, that he actually lived in India. So we just started chatting, didn't think it was going to go anywhere, just become friends, but here we are. I'm Rachel J. Subakhthan, and this is my husband, John. I am the Grace Kids Director at Grace for almost 12 years. In Grace Kids, we like to have a fun and engaging environment, but most importantly, learning the gospel on their level. The volunteers say that they really get to build relationships with the kids and get to know them, and they really are like leaders in their lives that are helping them to know Jesus.
Lately, we've had a lot of new families come to Grace. After the service, it just feels like home to me. It's India. A lot of people all over, noisy and chaotic, and it's home to be here.
Grace for us is really family. Both of us don't have family here in Orlando. My family lives in Atlanta, and John's family lives in India, and we celebrate like milestones together, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and these are our people. When we first heard about the Good Initiative, we had just found out that our lease was being terminated by our landlord, that he was going to renew our lease, that we would have to buy a house, and we had 1 month to do it. We just found out that the best option for us to grow our family is adoption, and that because of our age, we need to do 2 adoptions at one time. So that was double the expense. And then to hear about the Good Initiative and being more generous, it was kind of oh, this is not the year that I wanted to hear about being more generous. But for us, I kind of feel like it's the perfect timing, because a big common theme for us has been trusting God and just knowing that He is good and that good is ahead no matter what. John is really good at trusting God and reminding me to trust God. I, on the other hand, always try to plan and think that I'm in control and I have to do everything, or I have to get a second job, or I have to do this, do that. And John is always like, this isn't ours. You just trust God and follow Him.
I think it comes from looking at my parents' life in India. My dad and mom are pastors in South India, and we never had much, but we've always had enough. And I've learned that, for us to be healthy spiritually, trusting God is really, really significant. And I think that's what we are called to do. And I think, we have to strive our best to keep trusting God. We talk about it all the time at our house that, nothing belongs to us. Whether it's a salary, a family, I don't belong to myself, I'm from God, and, I'm His, you are His. So we are definitely excited for the Good Initiative and, what it's going to bring to Grace.
We've both talked about that we want to take some time and we want to go through the Good Initiative devotional together and just talk about what is God calling us to? What is the next step?
I don't think there's 2 more deserving people who will be parents down the road. I know that you will cry every day and love them and love these children. And I'm so excited. John, you're going to be an amazing father. We're so excited to be here for you guys.
We really care about the church. We believe it's a good investment. We see life change happen at Grace almost on a daily basis. As a staff member, I hear stories every day of people's lives being changed. I get to see some of the benevolent side of people that have been directly impacted by the generosity of Grace. I see what investing in Grace does in the life of our kids. And so I want to be a part of something that's so big that God had to have done it. And that's kind of what I feel like with this $30 million, that he's going to use this and do something so big that none of us even imagined. It'll impact Grace and it'll impact our people, but it's going to impact Central Florida. And so when we think about Grace and our time and our resources, we're all in. And so this is something worth giving our lives for.